Hi everyone, it's Mo here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is the best FPL transfers for game week 14. Deadline fast approaching. We've got loads of dead players in our team that we want to get rid of. So in this video, I give you 3 solid picks and 1 joker pick if you fancy being that little bit different. Before we do that, do me a favor, like, subscribe and share the video of any other FPL managers you think will enjoy the content. Now you've done that, let's get stuck in. So let's look at the first transfer, and it's none other than the Mr. Hype Man himself, Mbuemo. Yep, everyone's talking about him. Why is everyone talking about him? He even featured in my previous transfer video, but again, he needs to be in there again, and he's there on merit. We know he blanked last week against Arsenal, who are arguably one of the best defenses in the Premier League, but this week, just look at the fixtures. Luton at home. I mean, you could argue maybe an outside shout as captain material. Then Brighton, who are very good attacking but very leaky defensively. Then you've got Sheffield United away. Another incredible fixture. So the fixtures are gorgeous. Penalty taker plays up front or either plays wide, depending on the difficulty of the fixture. Again, as long as he gets the minutes and the goals for us, we're not too fussed. 6 goals and 3 assists so far in 1,170 minutes, which is a decent return for a player at that price. Currently at 7 million. He's gone up a little bit because people have been jumping on. Possible double in game week 20, but then again, we must offset that with a negative where he blanks in game week 18. So they're the pros and cons. I still think he's a lovely pick. It's an obvious pick. If you've got Bowen and just say he's not playing this week, or Matoma still out and you've got a place in, or maybe you're moving Son down, this is an ideal replacement. It's one of them safe picks. Never going to be prolific, double-digit hauls, but just ticks along nicely. And sometimes you need at least 2 or 3 of them in your squad. And he's my first transfer this game week. Next up, let's have a look. He was in one of my previous videos as a joker pick. Now look, he's promoted. He's second. He's hot. He's really hot. Watched him tonight. This is being recorded after the Champions League fixture when Newcastle played PSG. They were really hard done by, actually. They drew 1-1, but it was a dubious penalty. Isak got on the score sheet. As I say, when he plays, he scores. Let's have a look at his minutes to goal ratio. I think it's one of the best in the Premier League, and Newcastle was second for goals and then fourth in XG. So we know them as a solid defensively, but the reality is they're a formidable attacking force. Eddie Howe's got the right balance there, and he played the whole game. It's one of the concerns that we do have with Isak is his fitness, and is there going to be rotation there, because they're going to need to manage him, especially there's no Wilson, which I have as one of the positives. He's already got 7 goals and 0 assists in 571 minutes. So, I mean, yeah, ridiculous numbers. Fixtures, I put them as a positive, but they're not amazing. But the way Newcastle attack, in theory, Chelsea wasn't a positive fixture, and look what they've done to them. So, yeah, Newcastle are a different animal this season when it comes to the attack. So, they've got Man United at home. I think that's a good fixture. Then they've got Everton away, lovely fixture. And Spurs, who are still depleted. They'll have some of the players back, but still some of the top players will be either suspended or injured. And they're just a very attacking team, Spurs. So, this is going to be perfectly suited for Isak. So I really, really like him. Lovely price at 7.4 million. The hard part is trying to make space for him. You don't want to let go of Watkins. Haaland, you don't really want to move on. Someone like me who's got Darwin, this in theory looks a no-brainer. But even then, still very, very tricky to fit him in, especially for the guys who like to play 5 midfielders. But for me, he's a lovely pick, and he's still not even highly owned. So if you want to make gains in your mini leagues and overall ranks, this could be a perfect player for you. Next up, we've got Saliba. I always get comments to say, please at least put in 1 defender. He's been in for a couple of weeks, and guess what? He needs to be in there again. Just so solid. Another clean sheet against Brentford on the weekend. The fixtures still look lovely. Wolves, Luton, more than likely 2 clean sheets right there. And Aston Villa, maybe a bit more difficult, but the way Arsenal and Arteta are set up this season, I expect them to keep a lot of clean sheets. For once, more than City. Normally we look at City as the standards when it comes to clean sheets. And they're still good defensively, but Arsenal just have that edge at the moment, keeping the clean sheets and assured minutes, because you could go Zinchenko, Tomiyasu or Gabriel, who are all cheaper. But with this guy here, you've got peace of mind. He's gone up, he's 5.5 million, but if you've got the money in the bank, you put that there, and then there's another position, especially over the Christmas congested period where there's going to be crazy rotation. He's one of them players. He just plays every minute. The defense doesn't function well without him, so he needs to play. And it's not like he's a headless chicken running everywhere getting tired. He's a brain player, so he's just minimal running. It's very rare you see him sprinting and knackered because he's always in the right place. So yeah, only negative realistically is the price. As I said, 5.5. If you're trying to, have a elite attacking squad and you want to scrimp in defense, you want to go to Gabriel really. But as I said, if you want to offset that with zero rotation risk, just go Saliba. Arsenal's second high scoring defense with 61 points. Well, he's the second high scoring defender actually with 61 points. Only conceded 10 goals. I mean, there's so many pluses. If you've got position in defense, someone like me who needs to get rid of cash, this looks a perfect move. It's just very, very simple. Sometimes the simple moves, the obvious moves, are the perfect moves. So yeah, he's one definitely I'm looking to bring in. So that's 3 solid picks. Let's have a look at something a little bit different for your squad if you're really chasing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. I can see you smiling. Yes, it's Darwin Nunes. This guy splits everyone. Some will tell you he's a donkey just running around the pitch. He's never ever going to score. Some like you, like me, I should say, still have faith in him. And I still think, especially with these fixtures coming up, he's going to deliver. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is like where I'm on the last patience with this guy here because I've owned him since game week 8. He's returned just about, but nothing really sustainable. Nothing really, no double-digit hauls or anything like that. And you'd expect that considering Liverpool are the best attack in the Premier League, realistically. Like with XG, Liverpool are delivering. They're putting the chances there. He's not finishing them. Minutes in the last 4 games, for me, he's the established number 9, especially now when you add that Jota's got an injury as well. We'll get an update midweek to see how far Jota is. And realistically, Gakpo could, in theory, still challenge him. But I do believe he's got the number 9 until even Klopp runs out of patience. But last 4 game weeks, he's played 84 minutes, 90, 90, 79. I mean, that tells you. And that was with Jota and Gakpo both fit. He's got 4 goals and 6 assists in 680 minutes. It's a decent return, but I go back to that. When you look at the alternatives, they're delivering a little bit better. So he's a bit frustrating for me. So over these next fixtures, Fulham at home, Sheffield United away, Crystal Palace away, if he doesn't return at least 3 goals in them fixtures, he has to go. I mean, it's as simple as that. I would expect even more, if I'm totally honest with you. I really would. So, but he's sort of joke, and if you're chasing, I already own him, but for some of you that don't own him, he's a lovely pick. I mean, whether you'd go him ahead of Isaac, I mean, that's one for you to think about and what your risk appetite is. But look at his points. Let's look at some of his negatives. Look at his points. So he's had a 3, a 1, and a 5, and a 2. That's horrendous. When you think about, I could have saved money and had someone like Palmer or Chan or everyone so cheap. Gordon, all returned higher than him. So it tells you the faith I've tried there, and it's really let me down. So these next 3 game weeks is make or break. So let's have a look. But I still put him there as a nice punt. The other downside I mentioned a minute ago is Gakpo potentially if Klopp gets fed up. I mean, for all I know, Klopp could be still angry from his what he was doing with Pep at the end of the game. He was having a go at Pep. I mean, Klopp might look at that as saying, yeah, look, he's got heart and whatnot. But yeah, so that's my sort of joker in the pack. I mean, I'll give you a little bonus one as well. If Alisson is out, which is meant to be for like 5 or 6 weeks, you might want to go for the Liverpool backup keeper. If you're not already tripled up or don't have Tsimikas, could get that Keller. He's like 3.9 million. A lovely pick. He's actually a very, very good goalkeeper. Very good goalkeeper. So you might get a couple cleans there, but I wouldn't double up if you got Tsimikas and go get him as well. It's not worth it. Not for Liverpool. I mean, defense has not been horrendous, but not exactly been great. But that's my picks. So what do you think of those transfers? Good, bad, average? Get in the comments, let me know. If there's any players you think I've missed out, some players on my list you think are not good enough and it's just too much hype, don't jump on them, let me know in the comments. I will always get back to you. I reply to all my comments in videos. Before you jump off, do me a favor, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm trying to reach the milestone of 200 subscribers. I can only do that with your help, so I'd really appreciate that. And on that note, I'm going to wish you good luck, and I'll see you on my next video.